Hej, hallå, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, and welcome to Classy Movie Rambles, where I talk about old movies that I found in my closet while cleaning. This week's movie is Alien 3, and it's about 2 hours and 80 minutes long. So it starts with an intro credit sequence where they show Ripley's ship, and some alarms goes off, and there's an alien facehugger on board. And then the ship crashes on this planet called Fury 161, I believe, and she gets washed up ashore. And when she wakes up, she finds out that Lieutenant Higgs and Newt on board were killed. He might be a captain, I don't remember. So she goes to the morgue to open up Newt's body because she suspects that there's something wrong, but there's no alien inside and there's just like fluids, so she drowned in her escape pod. And then the real alien appears. It crawls out of an ox, and it's kind of a visceral scene, but it's kind of awesome as well if you like special effects. So this place is sort of a correctional facility for people and scumbags of the universe, as far as I understand, and they have some way found God in this place. It's kind of like this industrial world, where they're also kept prisoner. So Ripley has to shave her hair, and she goes to have food in the cafeteria with the other inmates. And these guys haven't seen a woman in a very long time, and they are very dangerous, all of them. So sometime later, Ripley sleeps with the head doctor called Clements, and after that she goes out to her crashed ship to find some parts and basically to read like the black box of the ship, like the information board. And she needs to find the android Bishop because he's the only one that has the ability to connect to this box. And I forgot to talk about it, but on the previous scene, prior to this I guess, there was a guy cleaning the ventilation shaft and he got spooked by the alien and he fell into the fan blades. So on her way to the ship, Ripley gets jumped by one of the horny prisoners, but they're stopped by the prisoner guy, the main kind of religious priest guy. And she goes to hook up Bishops to this black box thing, and she finds out that there actually was an alien on board, and she goes to tell the wardener, but the warden doesn't believe her at all. And meanwhile this is happening, the alien kills off Clements, her love interest, and then kills off the warden itself. And now Ripley is more or less in charge, so she helped organize the prisoners to take the alien out, or at least capture it. So since it's a prison planet, they don't have any weapons of any kind, so they have to rely on torches and fire and whatnot. And they managed to capture it in a vault where they store radioactive waste or something. But the crazy prisoner Golic, he wants to see the alien again because he kind of admires it like a dragon or something, and he goes to let the goddamn thing out. So meanwhile this is happening, Ripley goes to do a neuroscan on herself, like a type of medical scan, and she finds out that she has an alien inside of her. So the rest of the prisoners head for the furnace because the alien can't stand heat. So Ripley kind of does this guessing game that because she has one of the aliens inside of her, she is more or less immune to the aliens. They can't kill their own queen or their own kind. And she's right about this, and she devises a plan with the other surviving prisoners, more or less convince them to hunt down and kill the alien with her help. So a lot of more prisoners die. They try to capture it in this like kind of lane, medical lane, and they drop down hot lead, and the priest guy, one of the good guys I would say, actually dies wrestling with the alien. So the alien gets covered in hot lead, and in that combination with some sprinklers, it actually cracks open and explodes. And then the rescue arrives, but they're not there to really rescue anyone. They're just there to take the alien embryo out of Ripley and do what bad companies do, exploit it. So before this happening, Ripley jumps into the furnace, sacrificing herself and the alien, and that more or less ends the movie. So what do I think about Alien 3? Someone said back in the day, I can't remember who it was, I think it was like during an interview with the creators or writers, that the first kind of draft to the movie was supposed to be this planet of monks, and the script kind of went back and forth, and there was like a prison colony at once, and all of a sudden, why don't we make it both? Like they made this religious kind of in prison camp where they kind of found God in the middle of nowhere, and nobody wanted to do anything with them. Like they want to keep it far away from them as possible. And this kind of concept lends itself to a more horror setting, like the first Alien movie, unlike the second one where they had guns blazing all the time. So they don't have any weapons, they just have basic flares and whatnot, and try to take this alien out. And due to all the odds, like, well, it's kind of funny, just one of the prisoners actually survive and all of the rest of them like dies. But well, it was in all in good spirit. They managed to beat the alien threat and put an end to it. And then the fourth movie happened, which I don't want to talk about, but I don't know. Can I recommend this movie? Absolutely. It's an awesome movie, and it's kind of more written like a Shakespearean thing where the actors kind of improvised more. And I like the prisoners in this movie because I never talked about them, but they have their own kind of personality and own quirks and whatnot, which I find funny. Some of them are like brutes, other are just like more philosophical, other are just laughing mad, which is brilliant. I like the idea of all these characters free roaming the place and everything. So I can definitely like recommend this movie, but I don't think it is aired anywhere. Maybe like streamed, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.